G'day, welcome to the show. Salt Covers here. We are back and we have been getting absolutely crushed lately. As you can see, all of that red on my screen, we're not hiding from it. We are getting absolutely crushed right now. We continue to place good bets that close ahead of the market and the results just aren't going our way. We're in a really bad downspin, so we look to bounce back. I have 4 bets locked in for this Wednesday slate, and all 4 of them are ahead of where Bet365 has them priced. I have one amazing bet right now that is a line that I locked in nice and early, so make sure you tune in for that. If you want to continue to get plus CLV bets that may or may not win, make sure you follow us on Twitter at SoulCovers. Go support the channel, sub, like, comment, let me know if you're tailing or you're fading, all that good stuff. We welcome the engagement, the feedback. So 2 and 7 over our last 9 positions. Say in the context of the first 2 bets where I bet the Storm money line and Storm spread, I'll count that as one win because it's just one position where I wanted to bet on the Storm. I took some on the money line, some on the spread. We said the last episode that we think this Storm team, they play up and down to their competition. That's going to be something that we're looking out for in the next matchup. In terms of the rest of the bets from Sunday, we had the over between the Sun and the Aces that closed at 157.5. We had the over between the Lynx and Sky, and we also had the Lynx to cover. Both of those bets closed ahead of the market, and they both lost. Now, looking at Monday's results, that Monday was a really bad day by me. I placed some questionable wagers. Valkyries plus 6.5. That one closed at Valkyries plus 7.5. So we walked into that game with a minus CLV ticket. Valkyries, they hung around for 3 quarters. They just got outscored by 15 points in the 4th quarter. We also had the under in that game. That total closed at 157.5 as well. And then we had the under between the Mercury and the Wings. That total closed at 163.5. Now, where I'm really just pissed off is what Mystics Sky? That spread closed at Mystics -7. We picked them up at -4.5. We picked them up at 5.5, and they win by 2. But we finally snap our losing streak by taking the Aces and Liberty over, and maybe this is our turning point because that total finished at 165. We won that bet by the hook. That's why it's so important to have multiple books, have multiple accounts, shop for the best lines, because we won that bet because that was the only 164.5 available when I bet it. All the other markets were at all the other markets were at around 165, and that one push. So let's have a look at today's slate. Like I said, we've got four bets locked in. 4 bets locked in. Is this the first game that I'm looking at, or is there one before? There we go. Cool. We've also changed the music just for this episode, trying to change our fortunes, so we'll see about that. First game on the card is the Storm and the Connecticut Sun. So as I was alluding to earlier, this Storm team, they really tend to play down to their competition, so I personally want nothing to do with taking them at this long of a spread, even though, as you can see on screen, they are 7-3 against the spread on the road. Sun 2-6 against the spread at home. So yeah, look, we saw this spread open at 17.5. It is now at 17. Well, it's been at 17 at most of the sharp books. It looks to be going towards the Sun. I certainly agree with that, even though my numbers have it at 18.5. I just can't get there with the Storm. I do not trust them to cover long spreads. I do trust them as underdogs in big games, but not here. We saw the total open at 156.5, now 155.5. My numbers like the over in this matchup, but we've seen this total start to trickle down, so I am not biting there. Let's look at the next game where This is a bet that I'm really happy about. We'll just go straight to it. So we saw this game. We saw this game open at Fever -6.5, total 160.5. So those numbers were priced as if Caitlin Clark was questionable. We know how much she influences a total in these games. So this game was priced as if she was questionable. Before the game had even gotten priced, we had already seen an underdog tweet that Caitlin Clark had been participating in 5-on-5 drills. For me, this was just a no-brainer. Take the over. Like, my numbers on my screen at the moment are if Caitlin Clark plays. And yeah, you see that tweet, she's participating in contact 5-on-5 drills. She's been out a very long time. Like, this was just a perfect opportunity to swipe and try and get ahead of this injury news. So we took the over 160.5, got that down for 1.5 units. Now at 165.5, that's looking like a great ticket. I have no intention to play this back at all. This total looks like it's continuing to climb up. Best available price is looks like at DraftKings. If you're in America and you can go bet the 163.5. Let me just double check that. Yeah. If you can go bet 163.5, I reckon that is a great bet. If you're in Australia, go to Sportsbet. You can get over 164. I would go ahead and take that as well. I think those are great bets. We have sharp sportsbooks at 165.5. So that right there is a no-brainer. Looking at the spread, yeah, we saw it open at 6.5. It is now at 9. Now, this is maybe something I need to work on a little bit. Tapping these games, placing bets, is that I didn't like if I was trying to get ahead of the injury news on the over, then I should have just like said, hey, like this spread is gonna go out if I think Caitlin Clark is gonna play. I should just take this spread and middle it. But I just didn't want to I just didn't want to take the Fever. My numbers can't get there even at the 6.5. But having a middle between 6.5 and 9 is just a great ticket. Throw your opinion out of the window. So that's certainly something I need to work on. I don't claim to be perfect here. I'm still learning every day, just like I'm sure you are as well. So yeah, at current prices, I can only look to back the Valkyries, and we've just seen this spread move from 8.5 to 9. So it looks like the Fever are getting some action. I'm not opposed to taking a late Valkyries position, but certainly not right now while the market's going towards the Fever. But all signs look towards Caitlin Clark playing. Let's have a look at the next game where we've got the Phoenix Mercury and the Minnesota Lynx. So we have received injury news that Satu Sabali and Kalia Copper are both going to be out for this one. They are two of the Mercury's top 3 players. So I have this game priced as Lynx -2.5, but that accounts for a fully healthy Mercury team. Counts for a fully healthy Mercury team, and yeah, Sabali might even be the best player. It's either her or Alyssa Thomas. Probably Alyssa Thomas, actually, but yeah. Now, again, really important point, have multiple sports books because, like, we see the underdog tweet, Sabali out, Hopper out. Like, your FanDuels and your DraftKings, they're moving straight away, but BetMGM, like, Neds and Ladbrokes, if you're in Australia, Ned's, Ladbrokes, they're owned by the same parent company as BetMGM, so the lines are exactly the same. They kept the Minnesota -5.5. They kept that up for like 15, 20 minutes after that tweet. So I just went ahead and took the Lynx -5.5. Didn't overthink it. Now sitting at 7. We see some 7.5s out there as well. Best available price is, God, if you've got no VIG in America, you can get a 5.5. Wow. Seeing some 7.5s and some 8s pop up as well. And if we click over here and if we... This spread is just... Oh no, it's still 7, but it's saying 7.5 on my odd screen. That's really weird. So 7 is the best price, but I personally don't like the 7. Best thing you can do is follow me on Twitter to get these bets as I place them. And they also, with the injury news, BetMGM or Ned's, Tab Touch if you're in Australia, Bet Rivers if you're in America, they also didn't adjust the total down. So we went ahead and picked up the under 163. I think it was 163 and a half. I'll have to double check that. But yeah, now sitting at 161 and a half here. 161 and a half here. Wait, that is... What's the best available price on the total? Yeah, this looks to be the best available price on the total. We see circa 165 at the 61 and a half. We see bookmaker at 160. So this isn't a bad buy point, but I wouldn't be in any rush to go take this under here. My numbers have this at 161, so a small edge here towards the under by my account. Let's have a look at the last game on the card, which is the Dallas Wings in Chicago playing the Sky. Sky have been playing a lot better lately. They've covered 5 straight games. They've only played 6 home games and they've played, what, 12 road games? Wow. So we have 2 middle of the pack teams in terms of against the spread. We have the Wings, who 5-pace team, over team, and that's the angle that we've attacked here. I'm on the over 165. My numbers have this at 169, almost 170, so we have no choice but to take the over here. Best available price is for the over. Best available price for the over is right here at Bet365. So if you are a Australian, if you're an American, best price here is at 165 and a half, and I do think this is playable. I do expect this total to continue to climb. As for the spread, we saw it open at 1. We saw some spots even open at Sky -2. I've got this at Wings -1.5, but that does account for a healthy Arike, healthy Disney Carrington. Dallas are a bit banged up here, so I'm personally just going to stay off taking Dallas against the spread. Let's have a look at our best bets for this episode. So we've got 4 bets locked in. Hopefully we don't see any more red on my screen like we just quickly flashed. Got 4 bets locked in. We've got holding an amazing ticket on the Fever and Valkyries. Got the over 160.5. That should actually be -112. Also on the Lynx -5.5 and the under 163.5. Best available bet is, go follow me on Twitter. Second best available bet is the over between the Sky and the Wings. You can get that at 165.5 at Bet365. That looks to be a great price. Let's look to bounce back. We've got over 20 days left in July. I'm confident we can still have a winning month in July, just as long as we continue to grind out these plus CLV bets. We're in some great positions right now today. Let's hope for the best. Make sure you support the channel any way possible. Really means a lot. Until next time, let's get the book salty.